Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video, we will be building a RESTful APIs for grievance management. Basic REST APIs we will be developing using Springboot. So let's start without wasting any time. So first of all, type Springboot, open the official website, and so we have to start building REST APIs using Spring Boot. So we will use Spring Initializer in order to start our project. So see, we can see more specific. Try building a RESTful API web services. So click on this link, and you can see we will be having a guide that how we can create all the demonstration. Basically, it's there. So we'll be going to the starter Spring Initializer. Click on this one, start.spring.io. Now after clicking over customizing the Spring project, we'll be having a zip file. So that zip file needs to be open in your IDE, whether it's Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA, or VS Code. So select your language. Project will be Maven, and project version, let it be 3.54. Now you can change your group. Let's say complaints. Complaints package name will be complaints API. Okay, so we will be having jar. We will be taking as a select your Java version as per your requirement, and simply also we have to add some dependencies. So we are using uh, REST API, so we will be having web version Spring Web. So this includes RESTful APIs application using MVC, and also we get Tomcat as a default server. So we will add this one, and we'll click on generate. So you can see it. We have downloaded a go to download. We have a one for inside. If we go, we will be having demo. Inside we will be having the project. So I will compress it. Sorry, I will extract all the detail, and let's say extract here only. So we have this project. Copy this project. Move to, if you want to move to any specific folder, I will move here, and let's say I will rename it as an complaints API. Sorry, spelling mistake. Or let's say grievance. Gray. Like, let's say complaints API. Okay. So we'll be building complaints API. So I have moved to the specific folder. Now we will open it in a specific ID. I am using IntelliJ IDE. You can use as per your choice. We will select new project. No, we will not select new project. We will select open. Click on open. Go to the folder. We have your stored it. Store Java Learning Spring Boot demo complaints API. Okay, select it. Click on a new window. Trust project. See. See, so we got all the dependencies, external libraries, folder. You can see source main Java complaints.api. We got a first our basically the first entry point for the Spring application. Okay, we got it. So let's check what we got in the dependency, that is pom.xml. So you can see we got Spring Framework, Spring Boot, Spring Starters Test, and also Spring Maven plugin. Okay, so we got Spring Boot Starter Web. So we have all the. So let's say external libraries. So we all got the dependencies as well. So no. Okay, so if you check in Maven, click on refresh button. this different version sync all projects. So we'll be having if not downloaded, so you will get all the dependencies. Now let's start and see whether the server is getting started or not. If not, so we will check for the error. So you can just click on the start button here, the green one, and you can simply start. So it's now building. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can see that the spring has been started, and the Tomcat server started in 8080. Let's see what we are getting in 8080. We have not configured any endpoint, but still, let's see what we get. Localhost 8080, and we'll try to get it. So we are getting nothing, but if we are getting this error, that means our server is active, and we can see here. So let's start creating uh, our RESTful services. So for that, I'll first create uh, a new package that will be our model. So in this model, we will be defining our complaint structure. And also, we'll create another new package that will be controller, from where we will control our APIs. So in this model, we will be creating a new Java class that will be named as complaint Java class. Okay, so we have created a Java class complaint, and in controller we will create a new more class that will be complaints API. Let's say complaints API. We got it. Fine. Now, what we will do is, let's say we have to make this class as an RESTful services. So we have to add some containers. So we have, let's see what containers we have. See, we in this project I have we have REST controllers. Okay, so we will be using REST controller here. So REST controller. See, REST controller also we have to define and define an base URL, base input endpoint URL. So for that we will be using uh, request mapping, request mapping, and that will be, let's say, complaints. Okay, so we'll be having complaints. So this is a request. Now we'll create a model. So now let's create a simple first one hello world example, so that you can see that how we can create an uh, RESTful API in Springboot. So you have to create one method. So public. So if you want to return, let's say we will string get hello. Hello world. Let's say hello world. So we have to annotate this method for using an annotation that is get mapping. That is get mapping, and we have to define an URL that is hello. Fine. So if we do this much only, so let's see what we get as an output. So we will try to rerun the application, and let's see we are getting an error or it's getting successful. Restart. Okay, so I think we have been restarted. Now go to the browser. Let's check for our complaints slash we have put hello. See, we got hello world. That means our configuration is correct. So we are getting an response hello world. correct. So now what we will do, so in demo application we will be having we will be building three endpoints, that will be complaints, get complaint, and post complaint, and get complaint by id. So these three will try to build it. So let's remove this one, and let's start with a get complaints. So get complaints, what will be the get complaints? So there will be base url, that will be complaints, and all the complaints will be visible. So like where the complaints actually will be stored. So we are not using database, but there should be some configuration that it will define that this is the structure of data uh, of the complaint. So that's why we have created a model. So model decides the complaint, that what structure, what variables are there, what structure it follows. So for this we will create, and first of all variables, let's say private. First of all it will be, there will be id, correct, and sorry, private, private id, private complaint, there will be private, we have to define the data type, private string complaint, and also we'll be having private string author, or it will be like let's say we'll be having id, complaint, and department, department of complaint. Okay, so we have three variables. Let's try creating getters and setters for this. So we'll be having a constructor for this. So we'll be having a constructor. So like if you show, if I show you in my second on the project, so how models are created. So we'll be having a constructor, and we'll be having getter setter. So why we are using this model? So this format is of if you have knowledge about oops concept, so this is encapsulation. So why we are doing this, so you can study the encapsulation concept, so you will be getting all the your doubts will be getting cleared there. Okay, fine. So we'll be creating a constructor, so that whenever an object is created for this complaint class, automatically the value should be assigned to them. Okay, so we'll be having access mode by public. So it will accept three parameter, which will be int id, string complaint, and it will be string department. Fine. Now what we will do is, so like in this project you can see that we are accessing the class variable and assigning this. So how we will do, using the this keyword, this dot id is equal to id. Not an issue, if you without using also you can do, but the name is similar, so that's why we are using this keyword, so that class variables are been assigned the value that we are receiving while object creation. Complete. Okay, this dot department is equal to department. Now we'll be having getter and setters. So in IntelliJ we are having it, so never exist. Let's say we can generate in IntelliJ. We have feature to generate uh, getter and setter. So we'll generate from here. We'll select all these fields. So we got getters, and also we'll also having setters. shift and select all these. So we'll be having setter as well. So we got getter and setter as well here. So any we can directly call the methods here. Set department, set id, set get complaint, get id, get id. So we can use this from different. So we are having an issue. Let's say what we are having is to. Okay, okay. So there is a spelling mistake. As will be capital. My mistake. My bad. And sorry, there will be string complaint. Okay. Now we can. I guess we can directly change. Let's give it. Let's manually change it. Okay. So we the error got disappeared. Okay. Okay. So finally we have created a model of complaint, and now what we will do? Now go to the complaints API, and create a method. Uh, so what we can do is, first of all, let's create object for the complaint class. Uh, complaint 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 is equal to new complaint. See, we have created an object complaint, but it says that three argument is expected because we have created constructor for it. So we have to pass three parameter. So let's pass one comma. Let's pass some issues that food and department will be mess. So I have called this one, and also let's create one another complaint. Okay, so we'll be calling. We have called. So if I show you in the previous project, my so see constructor with sample data, we have called the book controller, and whenever this method is been called and sample data gets added. Okay, so okay, so this way also we can do it, or else we can do as that's not an issue. What in this in the previous project what I have did it. Okay, let's see how it goes. We'll do by ourselves as well. So we have created an object here, and what we can do is uh, let's create a method public get complaint. Okay, so we'll be map this method with the get mapping, or no need to map because public what we will be returning. So we will be returning of type complaint. So we will returning of type complaint. So we have to mention it here as a complaint. Okay. So we will have to return to. So we will return complaint. Let's see what happens when we do this much code and try to get. So I have not mapped any endpoint for this method because so it will take this base method as only. Okay. So let's restart it. The expected output should be we should get an output as in one component in a JSON format in our endpoint. So let's see what we got. So let's see. Okay, so we are not getting any output as of now. Let's see what went wrong. Complaint. So spelling is mistake correct. Let's say we should give a mapping. Get mapping. Let's give mapping, and it will be slash all. Also, okay. So we have to mention some names to him. We have not provided get mapping, so that's why we are getting the issue. Now it should get the output. See, we got the output whatever we have created in it. Okay, so there are multiple ways how we can do it, but the organized way and what we see, the best way only we can. Okay, so we can create a method public return string public string, and the method name will be add complaint. Okay, add complaints. We should have annotate this method using the post mapping post mapping, and we should provide one URL that is add final. Okay, in this parameter we will be receiving from parameter we'll be receiving some data, correct? So what kind of data we will be having? We'll be having a type of complaint, that is we will be having three variables. So we can use annotation, that is request sorry request request body, that will be type of complaint, that will be type of complaint. Let's name it complaint. Okay, now what we can do is we can call the setter methods of the complaint whatever we have created, that is you can see it's set complaint. Okay, so we have our object here. So let's take this and dot call the method. Sorry, it will be set complaint will pass com- or else we can simply edit the complaint. That means, okay, so we can simply don't do is we can create a we can create new object directly here. So like we have to store somewhere this data, otherwise it will get overwritten. Okay, so that was post mapping. So if you configure this post mapping, so you will able to store. For this we can use an array list, and in array list we can store the data as well. Okay, so the array list type will be of component. So let's create an array list. So what will be the type of array list? That will be complaint. It will be of type complaint is equal to new array list. Fine, so now what we will do, so we will add complaint list. So after creating this one, dot add So what we will do, we will skip this part. We will directly call the complaint method, and we will simply add it here. No need to create here. So what error we are getting? Complaints. So we import. We have imported it correctly. Complaint list dot add new complaint. Okay, so we have to create an object as well. Let's see ebook, but we have not done anything. Okay, so we should have not written. We can add it here using a post method inside it. See, so okay, so a post, whenever a post request will be created, it will be automatically added. But the question here is we don't have to add it manually. You can just like add it the whole class, because it will be coming as an whole class only. And return a method, return return complaint added successfully. Correct. Now fine, there is one issue. So okay, now get, we are not getting, so we won't return a complaint now. So we will be returning a type of array list. Array list will be returning. So it will be array list, and will be returning array list. What happened? No, sorry, that will be of type array list, complete array list, and yeah, okay, fine. So what we have done, we have created an array list of type complaint, and we are returning that array list. So whenever we call a post method of add, so taking and we are adding it into the complaint list, that is array list. Okay, and we're reading a message complaint added successfully. Let's return and try running it. Okay, we the application got running successful. So for post testing the post method, we'll be needing the postman. Let's open the postman. Let's check now for the get method whether we are getting any something or not. uh, it reflects, so we won't get anything because currently we don't have anything. You can set by default that we don't have any complaint or some messages. You can set it directly. So what we will do is we'll get let's create a new API here directly. Cancel it. What? Sorry, actually I got a code. Let's say localhost. It will be complaints comma add. Method will be post. Let's give it name. Complaints add. We'll be having header. So we'll be having JSON input. Fine. So first of all, we will pass ID one comma complaints complaints pet food department mess. Let's send it. So you can get output complaint successfully. And if you want to see the get complaint one. So you can go to the browser, or you can directly check it in to Postman as well. See, we got a list of data. We complaint null, null. So we are getting complaint as null. So that means that there is something issue with the data type conversion. So let's see what it could be. Complaint section. This dot complaint. We'll setting complaint. Complaints API. There is some mistake in mapping. Other than that, everything is okay. You can check out. That's it for the video. Thank you.